Welcome, race fans, once again here to a Virtual Racing Network. We are live here at Darlington Raceway, the iconic, the old, classic, whatever you want to call it. It is a iconic track here in the NASCAR circuit. Of course, rebranded there with the Monster Energy Cup Series. We are here, of course, at the track. Too tough to tame. Somebody's going to have to try to tame it here tonight. We currently have 19 drivers that have made the trip here to Darlington to try to tame this track. Of course, being pulled from the circuit, I do believe, quite some time ago. It is definitely going to be a good race. We'll be talking to a couple of drivers at the end of the night. The top three, of course, will be in the booth with us. We'll see if maybe we can talk to a couple of drivers here and there as well. That being said, we are just about ready. Let's go ahead and bring up your countdown to green. You see just over 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe, share it out there. Get all your friends to tune in as well. There's a lot of drivers out here. All those family members and friends probably want to watch their friends and family race, so make sure you get it out there to them so they know it is going on. That being said, in the booth here tonight, as always, is of course myself, Charles Wooten, in the booth, your producer and announcer here for tonight's festivities. Should be a great race indeed. Again, 19 drivers have made the trip here. We don't have the point standings right on hand. Next week with the new overlays, we will have the point standings on the screen for you. Practice is underway. They actually had an extended practice here tonight to give these guys just a little bit more time, as this track and setup here a little difficult to drive, so they gave them an extra hour or so of practice before we move on. Again, it opened up at 4 p.m. Eastern, I believe, or 5 p.m. Eastern instead of 6 p.m. Eastern, or 5 o'clock Central, or 4 o'clock Central our time. So these guys much appreciated that extra practice time out on the track. Of course, we will have your grid here back on the stream, so we're absolutely ecstatic about that, to have the qualifying grid back underway. And of course, we do want to remind everyone we have a brand new sponsor on board here. All your aerial coverage for tonight's event will be brought to you by All American Pools. Make sure you check them out. Again, All American Pools. You can look them up on Facebook if you are needing a pool. So again, All American Pools providing all the aerial coverage for tonight's festivities, as we will get our normal camera back there onto the screen. 1 minute and a half, or 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Make sure you let us know in chat who your pick for tonight's race win is. 147 laps is the scheduled distance here. This is the actual race length that they ran when they ran on this track. I believe they said it was 2011 as the last time they ran here with the trucks, and 147 laps was the distance. We'll be looking to see who can tame this track for 147 laps. We've already seen quite a few people getting into the outside wall. That outside wall going to pose a problem for drivers here tonight, especially on worn tires. So we'll be checking in on that. But we got 45 seconds left on the clock. We're going to step away here for a second, grab something to drink. Make sure you definitely like, subscribe, grab you something to drink, something to snack on, and we will be right back with qualifying. All right, qualifying is underway. 5 minutes on the clock is what they have. We'll jump down there with them real fast. As it looks like one of the first drivers to come out onto the track is going to be the number 24. That is going to be Jacob Hope out onto the track. We also have Calvin Gretorix and Trenton Jump out onto the track. We'll jump back and forth between the drivers here. But again, right now we're on board with the number 24 U-Haul Chevy Silverado out on track. What can he do? That is a bright-looking orange truck. Of course, U-Haul's colors are orange. So representing them here tonight as lap number 1 is underway for Jacob Hope. And we'll see what kind of time he does put in as he comes to the line right about here. Well, in a second anyway, he will. So it looks like we'll zoom out here just a little bit. There we go. Now he's going to be coming to the line. We were on the back stretch. So he is coming to the line this time by, and he'll put a time in, and it's going to be 29.443. That will, of course, put him at the top of the charts, but not for long. Trenton Jump going to jump to the top with a 28.881. Just quite a bit faster there, 0.562 than Jacob Hope. Hope's got his work cut out for him as Calvin Gretorix going to take a 29.323. He'll also jump to the top of the charts as well. And oh, he's going to smack the outside wall. That is obviously going to invalidate that lap. It will not count. As we'll jump over to the 51 of Jared Matthew. Brandon Young in chat with the majestic voice. The voice is majestic. Whatever, I can't talk today. Brandon, it's good to have you in chat. I've been meaning to get a hold of you on Facebook. I will definitely be messaging you. I have been out of touch here for the last couple of days, and I've been so busy the last week or two trying to get things going here. But Jared Matthew is going to be currently third fastest with a 28.962. We'll hop over to Tanner Johnson in the throwback number 23 Miller High Life Toyota Tundra. What kind of time will he put in? Shane Therian going to take it to the top of the charts, 28.706. As we'll go ahead and quickly get rid of the qualifying bar off your screen. And let's bring up the qualifying drop down. You can see everybody here in qualifying. Hopefully they turned a lap and we have their name. It looks like so far we do. That is awesome news to see. As right now, Tanner Johnson's the one we're watching. So we'll go ahead and bring his qualifying bar back up onto the screen. As he is currently not got a time in, but Shane Abbey going to jump to, well, what second? Now third is Ryan Hart's going to take it to the top of the charts in the number 11 machine, 28.703. Oh, he will be your pole sitter as of right now. Matthew Bell going to take it to the top as well, close to it anyway. And fourth fastest, 28.747. And we said it there. He took it to the top, and he does. Very top. First place, 28.653. And still top Ryan Hart's by just a little bit. Tanner Johnson still out on the track in the number 23 Miller High Life Toyota Tundra. And he is currently 7th fastest as he just runs a 29.05. We're going to jump over to Browning, who's not quite put in the lap yet. Bronson Stafford in the number 61 machine. He is shutting it down, but ran a 30.299. Looks like he has some damage to the truck as well, so that is going to hinder his performance there in qualifying. But Dylan Browning going to take a 29.030 as he will take it to 7th fastest here in qualifying. Who will be your race winner? Qualifying obviously important, but doesn't mean everything's. It definitely can change the outcome, but it doesn't always mean just because you start on pole that you're going to win the race. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes as qualifying comes to an end here in the next 20 seconds. All right, everybody taking it to the grid here for tonight's race. As soon as a few more drivers get on track, we will go down to the grid with you. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cough there. We may have to get some water here in just a minute to keep it at bay. But definitely going to be some great racing from everybody here tonight. So we will jump down there. We're going to go to Shane Therian, who's your third place starter, as we get down to the track. And actually, let's jump over to Matthew Bell, who's going to be your pole sitter for tonight's race, and zoom out here just a little bit as we go through your Walls Beard Co. Beard Bomb starting grid here for tonight's race. Row 1 going to be the 20 of Matthew Bell and the 11 of Ryan Hartz. Row 2 is going to be the 38 of Shane Therian and the 10 of Shane Abbey. Row 3 is going to be the 46 of Trenton Jump and the 51 of Jared Matthew. Row 4 is going to be the 12 of Dylan Browning and the 23 of Tanner Johnson. Row 5 is going to be the 29 of Logan Brakey and the 98 of Calvin Gretorix. Row 6 is going to be the 24 of Jacob Hope and the 61 of Bronson Stafford. Row 7 is going to be the 45 of Cody Slodecker and the 34 of Robert Kenny. Row 8 is going to be the 53 of Eric Stamp and the 42 of Spencer Hinton. Row 9 is going to be the 79 of Herman Hart and the 15 of Austin Gretorix. And rounding out the field on row 10 is going to be the 57 of Matthew Rodriguez. And it looks like all the drivers will make the call except for the 45 of Cody Slodecker. Not sure what happened there, but looks as if he is not going to make the call. He was starting 13th on row 7, but not going to be making the call here for tonight's race. We'll see if maybe we can find out, get a word in with him as to what the call was or the reasoning behind that, whether it was internet issues or other issues there that caused that. But unfortunately, he will not be starting the race here tonight. Pace car dives off. We're set to go racing. Green flag is just moments away. As you can already see them starting to gather a little bit of speed as they come through the front stretch. Green flag is out, and we are racing here for the Adrenaline iRacing League here on Virtual Racing Network at Darlington. And again, things are underway here for the first time tonight. We'll see how it goes. As again, green flag out for the first time. Will we see a lot of cautions? Will we go caution free here tonight? Those are all the questions that we will have to answer here in just a little bit. But right now, you got a good little battle going on up front, so we're going to jump right into that with these guys. As that is currently second place, Matthew Bell, who was your pole sitter, but quickly got that taken away from the 11 of Ryan Hartz. Ryan Hartz always fast no matter where he goes, being chased by Shane Therian as a caution is going to come out here quickly. And this time it's going to be, this time it is going to be for Jared Matthew in the 51 machine. And that truck looks like it went through a minefield. Let's go back and take a look. What happened to the 51 of Jared Matthew? He's got the 98 behind him. Not sure what happened here. And Lou, the 91, slides up, can't hold it on the bottom, and it gets into him. Then the 53 of Eric Stamp getting involved in that as well. So multiple cars involved in the caution to bring out caution number 1. Ryan Hartz will be scored as your race leader. Caution 1 coming out early on lap number 3 here at Darlington tonight. And it looks like the front half of your field not going to come down. So the front 10 trucks not going to come down pit road. However, beyond that, you are going to see drivers coming down to get fresh tires and fuel, get their damage repaired. Those drivers include, Bronson Stafford, Tanner Johnson, Robert Kenny, Jared Matthew, no surprise there. Matthew Rodriguez, Eric Stamp, again, no surprise with that one. Herman Hart in the 79, the 42 of Spencer Hinton. No surprise to them. He was involved, I believe, in that as well, in the wreck. So half the field coming down, half the field staying out to conclude our first caution. We still have a few laps here underway, at least one more. Before we take the green flag, one more time to start lap 5. Oh, yes, we will. So we'll start, lap 6. When the lights lights are off, so when the police car comes down pit road, we will have the completion of lap 5 and start lap 6 here at the end of this caution. Alright, pace car dives off, and we are just about set. And they're going to take off quick here as the 11 Reinhardt's is going to get a jump on the field. Green flag is out, and we are racing. The lights are flashing in the stands as pictures being taken of these outstanding drivers here tonight. With the green flag out, and Reinhardt's out front. Matthew Bell trying to run him down quickly. And he is going to make quick work of him if he can catch him. Both of them going to have very fast trucks here tonight. As we're going to zoom in here just a little bit to see. The 38, though, Shane Therian, he is running down the 20 right now. And Matthew Bell. Bell may have some company here in the next lap or two if Therian can catch him. Question is, can he catch him? We're going to go back just a little bit here. It's going to be side by side. And we saw that not work last time. It worked out this time so far anyway. Between the 10 of Shane Abbey and the 12 of Dylan Browning. Is now side by side is going to be Browning and the 46 of Trent Jump. Trent Jump going to take the advantage on the inside. He'll hang on to the position and slide up in front of the 12 to take away 5th position for a top 5 as they run at the moment. Look at the battle right now. Separated between, or at least it was, Reinhardt's and Matthew Bell. 1.66 seconds between Bell and Therian was 1.66 seconds as well. The gap identical between first and second and third. That has since changed as it looks like Shane Therian a little bit closer to, but not by much, to the 20 than the 20 is to the 11. All these guys battling here right as of now. We only have a few drivers out of the race. Cody Slaughter with the DNS did not start the race. Spencer Hilton currently out, but not done. He could come back. He has not received the DNF yet. He is in pit road getting damage repaired. And then, of course, the 51, who had heavy damage, still has that damage, but he is back out on the track. Again, that is the 51 of Jared Matthew. Started 6th, he's in 16th. That's the lowest he's been here all night because of that incident on the track. So he is definitely wanting to get that truck back to the front, but it's going to be very difficult with that damage that he has. So they do not have any fast repairs. So he's going to have to struggle and hope for the best here tonight, as he is still on the lead lap, so he's not completely out of it. But damage going to be slowing him down significantly compared to the front runners, and they will probably end up lapping him at some point during this race. Reinhardt's, though, out front in the 11. He's been out there pretty much since the beginning, as he's led every single lap. He's on at lap 11 and has led 10 as he'll make 11 laps led. So he made quick work of the 20 of Matthew Bell. The question is, can Bell get back by him to lead some laps here? You're talking about two very fierce competitors, and they're being chased by another fierce competitor, the 38 of Shane Therian. Therian not going to let either one of these drivers sit up here in peace. They're going to be wondering, is that 38 coming every single lap of this race for 147 laps? So definitely don't count any of these guys out, and you can't really count out any of these guys behind them any as well, as you have Logan Brakey, Trenton Jump, Shane Abbey, Dylan Browning, Jacob Hope, who all these guys are up there. The 10 going to get a little distant or a little wiggly there of Shane Abbey. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage. As let's go on board with him real fast, and he does right there on the right side of that car. You can see that damage to the front. That may slow him down just a little bit. We'll keep an eye on him and see if it does as well. That being said, let's go a little deeper into the field with some more damage to the 98 machine of Calvin Gretorix. Austin Gretorix currently running 2 spots higher in the 15 machine in 11th position. We'll see how those two work out. I'm not sure of the relation there. I'm assuming brothers. We'll definitely keep an eye and find out. But let's check in with Matthew Rodriguez scraping the wall as we saw some sparks flying out of the corner eye. And you see right there the sparks go flying for Matthew Rodriguez in the 57 machine at Toyota Tundra, having some issues getting around the corners. And another one we want to check in with Bronson Stafford in the 61. Well, a driver we're used to seeing a little higher in the field, struggling just a little bit here tonight in the number 61 GoPro Toyota Tundra tonight. We'll see if he can fight and claw his way back to the front. And speaking of the front, there is your leader still, the 11 of Ryan Hartz. He is out front, just kind of on cruise control right now, as we're on lap number 16. Well, let's make it lap 17 of 147 scheduled distance here tonight. Let us know in chat who your pick for tonight's race win is. Excuse me. I couldn't pick myself. We have Hartz, Bell, and Therian that are right there at the front. One of them could easily walk away with it. We'll see who's going to get the hardware here in a little bit, as we are going to be coming up to a complete lap 19, fixing to be on lap 20. Again, the halfway stage will be on lap 74, so regardless of any cautions we have up until that point, we will have a caution at the completion of lap 74 for the halfway stage. And at that point, of course, the points will be awarded to the top 10 drivers, leaving the rest to hope they can get a good finish. If they're not in the top 10 at that point, well, they will have to fight a little bit harder. So if you can get a stage win and a win at the end of the race, get a win-win, you would definitely be sitting pretty here to get some serious points and move on and up in the point standings. As we going to go a little back here, I thought we had somebody out of control, but it looks like it was just a little bit of a connection blinking issue. All is well. That there in the 43. The 98 going to be coming down pit road. We'll see if this is scheduled or not. I'm going to say no, due to the damage on that 98 machine of Calvin Gretorix. I'm going to say this is not a planned or scheduled stop. He's going to come down and get what damage he can repaired. Again, they don't have any fast repairs. So we'll see. If he just takes 4 tires and fuel and doesn't sit here on pit road and get any damage, this may be a planned stop indeed. And no, he's going to sit there for a little extra time. So not a planned stop, I do not believe, as we move back to the front. And yes, he is still there, 30 seconds and counting. So your top 6 drivers right now, Hartz, Bell, Ethereum, Jump, Breaky, and Browning, have not come down pit road at all. The first car that came down and took tires and fuel is going to be Bronson Stafford in 7th position, followed by Robert Kinney in 8th, and then we have 2 more that didn't take tires, and then they get kind of jumbled up back there. But surprising that the top 6 drivers at the moment did not take tires. They haven't been passed by the fresher tires, and they're really not that much fresher either when you think about it. 24 laps on a stint versus 20, and of course some of that being under caution as the caution came out on lap 1 or 2. So really you only had to come down if you had a little damage, or just maybe it fell good into your strategy for pitting for fuel or tires later on in the race. There's so many different strategies that go on here in the minds of these drivers, trying to figure out every single one of them would definitely drive you crazy. But we just have to do our best and guess at it sometimes, as we are on lap number 26 of 147. And positions starting to change hands here about 4th, 5th, and 6th position, as that is going to be the 12 of Browning that falls to 7th, as Bronson Stafford in those little bit fresher tires is going to take 6th place away from him, and he keeps trucking forward. Can he get even further to the front? Maybe Bronson Stafford going to the front to lead this thing here. We'll see. As on at lap 27 to go, or 27 of 147. Bronson Stafford having some connection issues there. He blinks out just a little bit. But we'll jump back up. Ryan Hartz, zoom out here just a little bit if we can, has pulled away to a sizable lead, 2.9 seconds over Matthew Bell. And it looks like the 12 of Browning's going to come down pit road here on lap 29:30. So looks like we may have found a potential fuel window here. Is the number 12. No damage to this truck, I don't think. So let's zoom in a little bit and see. And no, we do have damage to the 12 of Browning. So he goes a lap down, and this may be just to come in to get somewhat of that damage repaired that he has. As we'll see, he's going to pull it to a stop, and he is in his stall as he's going to jack it up on the right side of the truck. Will he do the left sides as well? I imagine he will. And he does. Will he be sitting here any longer than he has to? No. So may have some damage, but that looked like a scheduled stop as he is off and away. 14.1 seconds on pit road. So we were just talking about the gap between first and second. The gap between first and third, 4.4 seconds. As Shane Therian doing everything he can to hang on to third position. But he's got company coming here shortly, as there is the 46 of Trenton Jump. He's going to try to run him down if he can in that Bud Light seltzer, I believe is what it says on the side of the truck. And he's shaking that seltzer up a little bit as he gets into the outside wall. And again, that has been the trend here tonight, as they've been punching that outside wall multiple times here tonight. We've seen the sparks go flying several times. We go back and check in. You got Shane Therian coming down pit road. You see the damage to the side of his truck where he's gotten to the outside wall. Shane Abbey coming down, as well as Austin Gretorix and Matthew Rodriguez going to be coming down pit road. Now you have your leader, Ryan Hart's coming down. Bronson Stafford possibly. No, he's already been down a little while ago, but he may go ahead and come down here soon. Matthew Bell going to be coming out, so we'll ride along here with Ryan Hart, ride with him here and see if he makes a flawless stop here on the pit road. Again, make sure if you're watching out there to like, share, and subscribe. And he has to back up on pit road just a little bit. That will cost him just a little bit of time. Will the 20 of Bell beat him off pit road because of that slight little mistake? I don't think so. I think he's going to be as safe as he is off and away. What was your race leader coming out in 9th position, but he will try to cycle back around when he can, as Bronson Stafford is currently your race leader. He's led one lap here in the number 61 machine at Darlington. We got Jason Welch in Tesla. Jason, welcome to chat as well. Bronson Stafford, your race leader here. Just to pull up some caution information here tonight. We have had one caution for 3 laps, 2 different lead changes. And of course, that was when the 11 of Hearts took the lead from the 20 of Bell. And then just now, as we have our second lead of the night, and that is when Bronson Stafford took the lead. And that is, of course, due to pit stops happening underway here and how everything is shook out, as looks like the 61 not even close to being under fire. The next person is going to be the 29 Logan Braking. He's a little ways back here, and he will have to come down pit road very soon. But the driver that was just there, that is the 11 of Ryan Hart. He's currently 1 lap down, but he will get that lap back when all the pit stops do a cycle around. Alright, well, we haven't done any here tonight, or at least not very much. I think we did it once. Let's see how it's handling here. We're going to go silent on the mic here for just a lap or two. And we're going to go on board with Ryan Hart as he comes to the line. We probably won't do it this time because he's just about there, I think. Oh, no, he's not. So we're in the back seat. So we'll go on board with Ryan Hart's to see how that truck's handling for a lap or two as we go silent on the mic here with what was your race leader and probably will be once all pit cycles happen again. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as he's coming through the line one more time. Go ahead and get off aboard with him. I see him running down the 24. That is Ryan Hartz. We went with him, and you watched him as he passed all the drivers as they came down pit road. And he is now your race leader, and he's going to put the 24 lap down. And in that time, we haven't had a caution. However, Shane Abbey now has disappeared off the track. Looks like he is done here for the night. Well, that's unfortunate for him. Several drivers having some issues there. As it looks like the 57 of Matthew Rodriguez, after spending 5 minutes almost on pit road, is going to get that 57 machine back out on the track. Doesn't even look like he has that much damage. Must have been more engine damage than cosmetic. But he is going to get back out onto the track. Shane Abbey dropping like a rock in the standings. 12th place now and dropping. Can Matthew Bell, or anybody else for that matter, do anything with Ryan Hart? He has been so fast here in tonight's race. He got the lead off of lap 1 and has maintained it ever since. We'll be looking to see if he can hang on to the lead. We obviously, during that little break there, got some water to get hydrated here. Hopefully we'll keep this cough at bay. As your race is underway here tonight on lap 44 of 147. As always, we just saw it pop up in chat. We obviously don't require it. It doesn't affect in any way your viewing experience in the chat, other than it does help us. But if you like what you see and you want to help keep us going, there is a donation link in the chat. Again, that is completely optional. We will... If we get it, we'll definitely thank you for it, but it's completely optional in chat if you want to help support the channel here and keep us going in all we do. Obviously, there's way more bills than we bring in, so we are looking to expand. Got a lot of things in the works here in 2020. So we just did find out just a couple of days ago. We were asked to come back to the Spring Fling, so the Spring Fling brought to you by VLR and potentially Schaefer's Oil. We'll see. They were on last year. We're assuming they will be on this year. We'll be covering that as well in April, so make sure you stay tuned for that here on the channel. So we will be the cameramen for that event as well. Trenton Jump hanging on to 4th. Dylan Browning hanging on to 5th. They've kind of spread out here in the moment. There's not a whole lot going on, but we have Logan Brakey trying to run down Robert Kinney in that 29 machine. Can he get him is the question. Can Brakey run down Kenny? We are actually right at 100 laps to go in this race. 100 laps to go is what remains in tonight's race. We'll be looking to see, will this race remain pretty much low on caution. We won't say caution free. As we pull that up onto the screen, we have had one caution on lap number 2, I believe it was. So it has not gone caution free, but for the most part it has been relatively low on the cautions with just the one out there. Let's go ahead and look in for some track information brought to you by Bulletproof Tees. Your track, of course, Darlington Raceway, 1.31 miles. You have 4 turns here. Of course, altitude 157 feet. Race distance is 193 miles. Your track temp 81 degrees. Wind speed 2 miles per hour out of the north. So a very calm night, but a semi-warm night here tonight. 81 degrees is what your track temp is. So roughly probably in the 70s, high 70s for the air temp. At 81 degrees, a warm track temp here for a night race for sure. So we'll see if that does deviate throughout this race, change at all. But 81 degrees right now here for your track temp. Definitely not the hottest we've seen, so we'll keep a close eye on that as we'll pull your top 5 onto the screen right here so that you can keep track of those and the gap to them as we look. Top 5 right now is a battle for the second position. I thought was underway, but that is because we got some in the pits as we're going to see Matthew Bell bringing it down to pit road, as well as Ryan Hart. So 2 of your front runners bringing it back down pit road. So pit stops underway once again here on lap 52 as we have 96 laps to go in this race. And Bronson Stafford bringing it down as well. We got several drivers that are going to go ahead and bring them down pit road. Trenton Jump going to be your new race leader here in the number 46 machine. He's led 3 laps, and he is going to lead a couple more as long as he stays out. Dylan Browning going to go ahead and come down pit road as well. Again, several drivers are going to be coming down pit road here. Several drivers going to be staying out, and it looks like Trenton Jump is going to go ahead and bring that number 46 machine down pit road here. So whoa it up big time to get it stopped. That will bring him down, and that should give the lead to Robert Kinney in the number 34 machine. We'll see how many laps he has led when he gets to the line, as he is your race leader, and he's also led 3 laps. So looks like they're just out there taking turns with the race lead here tonight, as multiple drivers have led some laps. And these laps being led are led during caution. They're not being led during the actual race. Those have been led primarily by one driver, and that has been Hartz. That is currently, if we can find him on the track here, he is in 5th position. He's on the lead lap. He is currently 20 seconds out of the lead, but he has got fresh tires. So Kenny, Hope, Johnson, and Stamp in front of him have not pitted here. They are on lap 15, 16, and 22 on this stint. I will definitely have to try that, Jason. I've got some hauls, and I may have to get some Simply Lemonade, but that sounds pretty good anyway. Definitely, we will try that. That sounds, not only does it just sound good anyway, I like Hall's things. I'm weird, but it sounds like something that would definitely work. So we'll definitely save chat and watch that, or try that. So we've been fighting this cough for a little bit. It is getting better, but anything we can do to improve it a little bit more is definitely worth trying. Ooh, they're going to get 3 wide for a moment. And sparks go flying as the 23 of Tanner Johnson just pretty much gets railroaded by these fresher tires. No surprise there. You know, those fresh tires that Shane Therian has, 6 versus 18. That will show you right there just how good those new fresh tires are. Oh, can he hold on to it? Robert Kenny, he has got to work something out here. Will the pit strategy work out in his favor here tonight? As Robert Kenny in that 34 machine, your race leader. He's led 7 laps. That's making 8 laps as he crosses the line one more time. Ryan Hartz, though, is coming. He is right behind him. You're talking about 6 laps versus 19 laps. That is a difference in speed, but actually not that much, you would think. 29.134 for Ryan Hartz on that last lap, a 29.941 for Robert Kenny. So Kenny going to be about 0.8 slower. Now he's going to run a 30.2, so even slower that time. So the wear on those older tires is definitely starting to show. If you're Robert Kinney right now, you are definitely in trouble. You got a 16.4 second gap that actually just dropped from 16.7 to 16.4. And it is shrinking drastically, 15.9. So obviously he needs to get in and get some fresh tires quick, as Ryan Hartz is moving quickly to get that lead back. We'll see is Ryan Hart's going to try to take the lead here. 14.9 seconds behind. We're going to go a little ways back here as you've got Bell, Hope, and Johnson all battling here at the moment. All three of these on the lead lap. You'd have to get back to Bronson Stafford in 10th place, 9th place before you would start seeing some lap cars come into play here in this race. But Tanner Johnson, both of them scraping the wall, but it looks like the 24 Hope's going to get the worst end of the deal. Jacob Hope in the 24 machine, as it may be sponsored on there by U-Haul, but it's U-Smack tonight, as he's smacked that wall several times. And he is going to have to put that thing on a U-Haul trailer here if he doesn't get it together shortly. But quite a bit of damage, as he's going to scrape the wall one more time. As the 46, the Trent Jump's going to get by him. And I'm not sure where that smoke is coming from, but I do not believe it is damage. I believe it is a connection issue when the tire is hitting the ground after the car is blinking out. So there is an issue with that going on. As the 46, the Trent Jump, saying, I've got fresher tires, 9 versus 24. Let me by, Mr. Miller Lite. I got the Bud Light train going to the front, and that's what he's doing right now. Trenton Jump going to take the high life away from the number 23 of Tanner Johnson. So he is trucking on past to him. Robert Kinney, though, still out front. The gap is closed from 14.9 seconds to 10.6 seconds. So while the gap is still there, he is still moving forward. A caution right now would be perfect for Robert Kinney. They're both on the lead lap. He could come down, and actually everybody would probably come down. 13 laps for Hartz. So everybody would come down pit road, get fresh tires and fuel. This would be the perfect time if you are the 34. Get this caution. Everybody come down, and you're the race leader at the moment. Try to maintain as much track position as you can. It'll be interesting to see if we do get a caution. I don't see one coming. However, we may have one come out here on lap 7. Well, we will have one on lap 74. We are less than 10 laps away from the stage caution. Again, at the completion of lap 74, we'll have a halfway stage caution, and that could be what the 34 of Robert Kinney is waiting for. Get those bonus points for leading the stage. A lot of strategies go into play here in these races, as Bronson Stafford are going to be side by side with him for Robert Kinney. Those two, no stranger to racing each other by any means, as obviously again, Robert Kinney and Bronson Stafford going to be on the same team. So they don't mind. They don't mind racing each other. They're going to race each other clean, and that's exactly what they need to do. As at the moment, Bronson Stafford is one lap down, so he's letting him hang on to his lap here. It looks like, as he's going to let the 61 back by. Having the 61 behind you, though, is nice, because it's kind of a little bit of a cushion, a teammate cushion, you might say, between you and the 11 of Ryan Hartz that's coming up in a hurry behind you. So that's just one other car he's going to pass. But I don't think is going to happen. He may catch him before this stage is over. We'll find out as we're on lap 70 right now. I just don't know if it is going to be enough time for him to catch him before the stage is over. Stage 1, or halfway stage, the only stage there is, going to be ending here in the completion of lap 74. Robert Kenny out front leading this. Matthew Bell, who started on pole, as you'll see right there, started first. He's in fourth. He's been as low as 10th. So at the moment, he is going the wrong direction. We'll see if he can pick up the pace here just a little bit. He has a fast truck, but he has some damage as well. How much is going to affect him, we'll know here in the next little bit. As we'll see, 71 is what we're on there to see. Completion of lap 71 on lap 72. Going to be 3 laps to go. You're on lap 72, so you have to complete lap 72, complete lap 73, and complete lap 74. 3 laps to go right now with 2.333 seconds separating your front two. And obviously this was the strategy for that 34 team of Robert Kenny. He wanted to probably get those stage points, and that's what he's doing right now. So we're on lap 73. Again, we need to complete lap 74. At the start of lap 75, the caution will come out. Ryan Hart is 1.7 seconds behind your race leader. He is closing that gap ever so quickly here in the first half of this race. And we'll see as we go back to the front. Lap 74 underway. If he can hang on to the race lead for this lap, he will be your stage winner. Here is the Adrenaline iRacing League is at Darlington here tonight. And I believe he can probably do it. And we'll find out here momentarily. As they come out of turn number 4, it's not going to be enough. Your stage winner is going to be the 34 of Robert Kenny. The caution will be coming out here momentarily. As we'll bring your running order down onto the screen. That is how they're going to be here. And again, the stage caution should be coming out here momentarily. There it is. Stage caution out. That's how they're going to finish right now. It's going to be Kenny, Hartz, Therian, Bell, Jump, Stafford, Stamp, Browning, Brakey, Hart are going to be your top 10 at the stage caution here for tonight. Again, we are under caution for the stage, so we'll be right back here in just a few moments. All right, pace car dives off, and we get set to go racing. They're already off and racing. There's the green flag, and we are good to go on lap 80 of 147. 68 laps to go. We're past the halfway point, and these guys know it as the things will start to ramp up the further we get into the race. Let's jump down with them right now. Is everyone really quickly getting single file early on in this restart here. I didn't expect them to get quite so single file so quickly, but they have, as it's going to be right now. Hartz, Bell, Jump, Theriot, and Stafford are going to be your top 5 drivers. And we have a driver coming back down pit road. Calvin Gratoris are going to be coming down pit road to take another stop. Not sure if he got caught speeding, what happened there, but he's going to come down. He is already 10 laps. He'll be down, so damage may have played a factor in that pit stop as well. Maybe the truck's not handling the way he wants. With a 46 of Trenton Jump trying to find a way around the number 20 of Matthew Bell into this race. He may find it here. He's going to take a dive to the inside. No, he has second thoughts, but maybe he has a third thought as he's going to dive it in, but can't quite make it stick. He has to settle for third place. Trenton Jump trying to find the line he needs to get by that 20 of Matthew Bell. Bell been quick all night, so his Hartz. And the number 11, Hartz out front, still leading this race. And I'm sure he has no plans of relinquishing that anytime soon if he doesn't have to. Just to give a quick here update of everybody at the moment, Cody Slaudecker, of course, with the DNS, he did not start the race here tonight. Spencer Hinton, he is on a track, 46 laps down. Jacob Hope out of the race at 21 laps down. Jared Matthew is in the pits, 15 laps down at the moment. Everyone else is multiple laps down or on lead lap, but is on the racing surface. Here at the moment we have Robert Kenny, the last one on the lead lap, in 7th position. So we have the majority of this field is a lap down. They just haven't seen the cautions to allow lucky dogs and wave arounds here to get these guys back on the lead lap. And so we've completed 84 laps, 63 to go here on lap 85. Robert Kenny wants to get back to the front. He's currently in 7th, but he has led quite a few laps. But the one that's led the most here tonight is going to be Ryan Hartz. He has led 50 of the 85 laps completed. I figured we'd use this for a caution, but we really didn't have any here tonight. And we're going to go with your second and third place cars here tonight as they battle for the second position. As we go to your aerial cam here tonight, brought to you by All American Pools. Make sure if you are in the market for a pool, you check them out. You can also give them a call at 903-733-3780. All American Pools here with the aerial coverage, and look how stunning the aerial coverage is here tonight as you're watching the 20 of Matthew Bell and the 46 of Trenton Jump. Those two are going to be racing bumper to bumper and literally maybe giving each other a bump. There's the 46 gets right to him. We'll see if he's able to get by him here in the next lap or two. He's definitely caught him, but I'm just not sure if the 46 is going to have enough steam and speed in that truck to get around the 20. So we'll go a little further back in the field here to see if we see anything else while we're on the aerial cam. And again, not a whole lot going on. These guys hanging in there. Let's go up to Tanner Johnson. He's got a nice little group around him. Austin Gertorix, as well as the 10. The 10 obviously multiple laps down. But the 12 of Browning, the 23 of Johnson, and the Austin Gertorix in the 15. Those three, starting with that yellow and red all the way to the black 15. That is a battle for position. That is for 9th position, 9th, 10th, and 11th. here on the track at the moment. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that battle as we're going to zoom it down here with them. And it's starting to be a good one here. So we got the 15 of Austin Rhetorics trying to get by the 23 of Austin Johnson. So the 15 and the 23 putting on a little show for you here at the moment. Trenton Jump right now does get by Matthew Bell. Go back here and see if we can take a look when he got by him here on the replay camera. This is, you're watching a replay here at the moment, so we'll go back to live if we needed to. But this is about 60 seconds ago as we're watching the 46 again of Trenton Jump. And right there, the 20 makes a mistake, gets into the outside wall, and that's what allows Trenton Jump to get by him. So we go back to live, and now Shane Therian is coming up on the 20, and Matthew Bell going to give him a run for his money and try to take that position of third away. Ryan Hart's out front still, leading this race with a 1.666 second lead over second position here at the moment, and a 2.183 second lead over second. And it just grows from there the further you get through this race or through this field, as we have 55 laps to go here for tonight's race. Again, 55 laps to go as the 42 going to get put at least one more lap down. He is again 47 laps down as your race leader puts him another one down. He was 46 and now 47. And again, it's been a fairly caution-free race. We've only had 2 cautions here for 7 laps with 7 different lead changes. And we do want to mention that we are looking currently for a new caution sponsor. If you would like to get your business out there to the iRacing public, general public, if you have a business racing related, sim racing or real racing, we can get you into both if you want to get some advertising in. So make sure you message us on Facebook or on the website. You can email us on there, virtualracingnetwork.net, or facebook.com/virtualracingnetwork. Make sure you check us out on the message us either one, as we're going to take a look here, and it looks like Bronson Stafford in the 61 machine is going to go ahead and bring it down pit road. Again, he is on the lead lap, so he is going to come down and get 4 tires and fuel here, as he is currently, was about 17 to 19 laps on that stint. Off and away he goes. It looks like Tanner Johnson's going to bring it down at pit road as well. He will bring the number 23 down pit road. Get 4 tires and fuel here, as we currently have 51 laps to go. So far, very low on the caution meter. Will that continue the longer we get into this run? And we're going to see Logan Brakey come down, as well as Eric Stamp down the pit road. So pit stops underway once again. If I had to guess, I'm going to say these guys are coming down for tires versus fuel. Again, we don't know what the fuel mileage is, but we know the tire wear is pretty significant. So I'm not 100% sold that they're coming down for fuel versus tires. Again, there's a lot of strategy that goes into play for one of these races. So tires, fuel, short pitting a little bit to try to edge out the competition. There's so many reasons you can come down pit road. We don't know exactly what strategy they're on. We do know is scheduled stops. Whether they are going on a tire run or a fuel run, we do not know yet. We'll have to talk to the drivers in the post show to find out all of that valuable information. "47 laps to go is what remains. We've completed 100 laps here tonight. And it looks like we got more drivers coming down pit road. It's going to be the 57 and the 15 coming down. Austin Gretorix in the 15 coming down, as well as Matthew Rodriguez in the 57. Both of these guys are multiple laps down, but going ahead and making their stops either way. In the event we can get a caution, maybe they can get a lucky dog, get a wave around, something, get back on the lead lap. You never count anybody out until the fat lady sings, and she isn't singing for another 46 laps, as that's what we have left in this race as Ryan Hart puts them another lap down. And it looks like Calvin Gretorix in the 98 has called it a day. So has the 24 of Jacob Hope. He has decided to pack that U-Haul inside the trailer and call it a day. And Cody Slaudecker, not sure what happened there. He did not start the race. Spencer Hinton right now in the 42 machine. He is currently 47 laps down, but has stayed out on track. He was on pit road 24 laps ago. Despite being laps down, he is out here getting every point, every position he can. And at the rate he's going, he would pass Jacob Hope. So he could gain at least 17th position. We'll have to wait and see about 16th here in just a minute. But I'll definitely be checking in with that. Jared Matthew out there in the 51 machine after being the first caution of the night. And having to recover from that. He is currently 16 laps down in 15th place. He spent a whopping 7 minutes on pit road on his last stop. So he is definitely not in contention, but good to see him out there still running around the track and trying to log as many laps and gain as many positions as he can. Shane Abbey in the 10 is going to go ahead and come down to pit road. Ryan Hart's still out on the track here on lap 29. Will he be coming down pit road here in the next little bit? Well, we'll be waiting to see that along with you. Again, we don't know anything you don't know, so we find it out exactly the same time you do. It'll be interesting to see if he can hang on to it here in the next little bit. Can he get the win? Ryan Hart out front. Trenton Jump hanging in the second, followed by Matthew Bell, your pole sitter here tonight. He would love nothing more than to get the win after starting pole, but just hasn't been able to get up there to Ryan Hart's or Trenton Jump here. Caution definitely needed to regroup this field one more time. 38 laps to go. That's what remains here in tonight's race. If you're just tuning in with us, first question, where you been? Second question, well, isn't really a question. It's just a statement. Welcome to the channel you're watching, the Adrenaline iRacing League, here tonight on the Virtual Racing Network.net YouTube channel. Here on, I believe I'm not even sure what number race it is, but we are here at Darlington either way, which has been a great race. And just realized, I think I misspelled Adrenaline as we were copying and pasting from an old set of overlays, and looks like we didn't copy all the letters, so we apologize for that, and we'll fix that here in a little bit. But either way, it has been a phenomenal night of racing here at Darlington. Alright, the battle underway here at the moment, as that's going to be up here. Robert Kenny out front leading this race. Shane Therian coming down pit road. Pit stop's going to be underway. Once again, Matthew Bell on pit road in the number 20. Again, pit stops coming in at all times throughout this race. They have come in at totally different laps. So it'll be interesting to see how it does play out. But Robert Kenny is your race leader. Will his strategy pay off here tonight? He has, again, stayed at a little different timings than some people, and then he's gone in at different times than people. So strategy is going to be a huge play in tonight's race winner. I am sure of that. I just don't know which strategy is going to be the winning one, as Robert Kenny out front. He has got the 46 all over his back bumper right now, and he's going to let him go. Robert Kenny going to go ahead and bring it down pit road here with 33 laps to go. That's again all that remains in this race. Out of 147 laps, we have 33 laps to go until we determine who your race winner is. As of right now, Robert Kenny still being scored as race leader. Bronson Stafford going to be coming up and trying to take that from him in the number 61 machine. And he should be doing it. He does right there. Bronson Stafford back to the lead here under pit stops, as he has led 4 laps. And again, pretty sure the majority of those, not all of them, have been under green flag condition, but under pit stops. They were not just led by being out front. Robert Kenny done with his pit stop, 14.1 seconds. Ryan Hart out of his stop. He has made a 4th stop, 3 laps on his stint. And this is where it's a varying here right now. If you look, Ryan Hart has made 4 stops, and he just came down 4 laps ago. You look at Bronson Stafford. He has had 5 pit stops, and he is on 21, so he'll be coming down pit road for a 6th stop here shortly. And you know, obviously half the field came down for that first caution and took tires and fuel, so that's a difference there of 1 caution. But the 2 cautions different. Interesting there to see that these guys do have those big of a difference. 2 stops difference in strategy. So it'll be, again, interesting to see which one of these strategies is the winning strategy here at Darlington. This track, too tough to tame. Oh, is Bronson Stafford going to get into the outside wall? We already knew they were going to be having problems with that wall here tonight. The problems continue as he slides up into the outside wall. Reinhardt's right there behind him, 1.766 seconds behind. He is definitely going to be catching him here in the next little bit. And I told him I'd say it. We were quoting quotes earlier about this track, and the quote that comes to mind when you think of this from Rocky Balboa, of course, is it's not how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep going forward. That is pretty much the sum up of Darlington. It's not about how hard you can hit something, it's about how hard you can get hit from this wall and keep moving forward, as it can do some serious damage to the truck. As Bronson Stafford going to be slowing it down, he's going to go ahead and come down pit road, and I thought he was about to spin it coming down pit road, but he saves it. It looked like he was a little loose, maybe looking a little more loose than he actually was in our point of view there. As once again, fresh tires, 8 laps on them, your race leader is going to be Reinhardt, who is leading this race. We have 27 laps to go. I'm not sure if Reinhardt is going to have to come down again. Excuse me, that would put him he's on 9 of this set. Let's get to when he's at 10 on this set, and we'll do the math. It'll be a lot easier then, as he is going to be coming to the line here momentarily. He's on the backstretch here at the moment, so if he's on 10, then that'd be 25 to go. That would be 35 laps on the stint. I'm not sure if he can make it that far on fuel. Again, we don't know what the fuel mileage is, and I'm not even convinced these guys have been coming down for fuel mileage. I think they've been coming down for tires more than fuel. This is one of those things that's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out, who comes out victorious when it's all said and done. Here in the next 25 laps. Alright, back here real fast, getting a quick hydration break there. We have 23 laps to go. We're going to be coming on 20 to go before you know it. Reinhardt has led 82 laps of this race, and he has not shown any signs of slowing down anytime soon. No, again, it's going to be probably a self-inflicted wound for the 11 if he's going to get beaten here tonight. It would be very interesting to see somebody who doesn't make a lot of mistakes make one if that happens. We don't want to see it happen, but that may be the key for somebody else to be in victory lane. Trenton Jump giving it all he's got, trying to get up there. If you look, you got the old school Budweiser, and then you've got some new styles. So looking here, you have interesting, 2 Budweisers and a Miller Lite sitting in the top 3. You go back a little bit, then you have Astro Gaming back there. But your top 3 all fueled by alcoholic beverages here. 2 Budweiser, Bud Light, and Miller Lite. Probably the top 3 alcoholic beverages there as well. So interesting choice for these guys. But Shane Therian has had a pretty successful run here. He's been in the top 3 pretty much all night long, as we'll bring up his information here. You see, he's been as low as 12, but started 3rd. He's in 3rd right now, and that's pretty much where he's hung at all race. As there you see right now, 20 laps to go. That's all that remains here in tonight's race, as we are going to be closing it up here before you know it. And then we'll be going through your race results. Again, it has been a great race. 20 to go so far. At the moment, still checking in, your air temp 76 degrees, your track temp 80 degrees. So your air temp we figured was in the high 70s, which it is. And of course, your track temp has actually dropped a degree from 81 to 80 degrees. And that is primarily because these trucks are getting more spread out on the track. And as we say that, you got a huge battle going on between Logan Brakey in the 29 and the 20 of Matthew Bell. That's a battle for 6th position. But the more they get spread out, even though they're laying down heat on this track, it gives that track a second to cool in between each car or truck. And it does cool it down just a little bit. So that will definitely be keeping a very close eye on that as we go further in this race. But only 18 laps remain in the race here. The stage came quick, the race came quick, and before you know it, we'll be sitting down for dinner because this race is going to be over, and somebody will be celebrating with a chicken dinner and some trophy girls later on tonight here from Darlington. A lot of these guys are running some throwback paint jobs as well, and it looks like they're both going to get by Shane Theory. Keep in mind, these guys are battling, the 20 and the 29, they're battling for 6th position. Shane Therian is he's on the lead lap. Those two are a lap down. He's in 3rd place, and he just got passed by 2 lap cars. That right there goes to show you what newer tires can do. Shane Therian, 17 laps on his tires. We go back to Matthew Bell. He has 18, but Logan Brakey has 9. He has half the laps on his tires compared to the 20 in front of him. As sparks go flying and blinking happening. That is going to be Shane Abbey in the 10s. It looks like I would be willing to guess that that disconnection after hitting the wall was a DF or a DQ, as I believe the 10 of Shane Abbey has reached his incident limit here and has been DQ'd from the race. Makes me wonder if some of these other guys have been DQ'd as well from the race due to incident points. But that does look to be what happened, unless internet was the issue. So we will not 100% confirm that it was a DQ due to incident points for Shane Abbey in the 10 machine. It very well could have just been a connection issue. But usually when you see them hit the wall like that and disappear, that is they've hit the limit on incident points and get DQ'd from the race. But the race is on right now for this position. Again, that's 6th position between Bell and Brakey. Bell probably didn't think he's going to be battling back here for 6th position, a lap down when he started this race after qualifying in the top position. But sometimes that is just how the cookie crumbles, and he is going to have to be fighting tooth and nail. Maybe, just maybe, if we can get a caution, he can get a wave around. He might have something for these guys, but he does have a little bit of damage, so we'll see. But anything is possible when you're behind the wheel of one of these trucks if you know how to drive it, and Bell definitely knows how to drive it. But right now, he's got to contend with the 29 of Brakey, Logan Brakey in that 29 machine, more than he has to worry about anything to do with the lead. And there you have it, 10 laps to go in the race. Again, 11 laps to go in the race. As we'll go to your leader, he's going to be coming in. There it is. Now it's 10 laps to go in the race. So again, 10 laps. That's all that remains here in tonight's race. Of course, in the post show. And then we will be jumping off to grab some dinner here, as this is an early race for us. 5:30 is when we go live Central Time, right in the heart of dinner time here in the great state of Texas. We absolutely love hanging out with this series. here for the Adrenaline iRacing League. That's we will give up dinner for this league here. Well, we won't give it up, but we'll delay it anyway in order to get this race in. That's 9 laps to go for your race leader. And Shane Abbey still blinking. We just got him blinking again, so we are more apt to say that blinking issue for the 10 is a connection issue, not a incident limit issue, as the 10 of Shane Abbey is on pit road now, but he is blinking in and out. So again, we are going to go ahead with the confirmation. We believe that was a connection issue and not a incident limit issue there for Shane Abbey in that 10 machine, as he's going to be sitting on pit road probably for the remainder of this race. We'll see, as he may have blinked out, wrecked, and when nobody saw it. But Matthew Bell right now is going to get passed by the 29 of Logan Brakey and the 38 after a little scrape there. So Logan Brakey with a huge break there. No pun intended, as he's going to keep trucking forward and try to get up to the next position, which would be Bronson Stafford if he was on the same lap. So right now, Bronson Stafford is on the same lap. Sorry. So there they are. We'll see if we can get a good gap there, a view of the distance. Maybe if we go to our aerial cam one more time. There is Bronson Stafford. He is coming to the front stretch, right there. Logan Brakey on the backstretch going into turn number 3. So the fact of them two getting together in a battling is going to be far and few between. Meanwhile, we have 6 laps to go for your race leader of Ryan Hartz. He's led 99 laps. He's going to lead his 100th as he's coming to the line. 100 laps led, 5 laps to go for your race leader, Ryan Hartz. Again, another dominating performance from him here tonight. He is always so fast no matter where he goes, and he is showing that once again here tonight. Again, we're checking in on some stuff real quick here, so we're going to be pulling some information up on our screen so we can see. I guess looking at last week at Michigan, Matthew Bell won. Ryan Hartz was the stage winner. He's won the last 2 stages. He's not going to get the stage win tonight, but he will get the win if he can hang on to it at this point. His last win, as dominating as he has been, would have come back. Let's see if we can do that. Would have been ISM Raceway was his last win back on race number 4. So it's been a while since Ryan Hartz has been in victory lane, even being as dominant as he has. So you talk about a race win, stage win. He's won 3 out of the last 4 stage wins. However, just hasn't been able to put them together here in the actual race. But looks like he is going to try to do it here tonight. He's got 2 laps to go. That's going to separate him from victory lane. Trenton Jump not going to have anything for him, I don't think, in that 46. And, of course, Shane Therian back there in the number 38 machine sitting in 3rd place. Just not going to be enough. Ryan Hart is set to go to victory lane. It's been a long time. About, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 to 7 weeks since he's done it. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. And you're watching the 11 of Ryan Hartz fixing to put it into victory lane here in that number 11 machine, as he comes down the backstretch going into turn number 3 and turn number 4. Not much separating him now. 147 laps was the distance. We're coming down to the last lap here, and that'll do it. Your race winner is going to be Ryan Hartz in the number 11 machine. He deserved it. He led 105 laps. He put a clinic on the field here tonight. There's going to be some bandages and bruised egos after that one. But either way, the 11 of Ryan Hartz puts that Budweiser number 11 Chevy Silverado in victory lane. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We got our top three in the booth, and three very fast drivers here in the booth with us. So we're going to start with third place as we watch our winner do a parade lap backwards around this track, as that is the 38 of Shane Thurian. Shane, you come in third here tonight. You had a fast truck all night, just couldn't quite get to the top position where you wanted. Obviously, we were talking to you a little bit about the track here before we went back live. So, for the ones that weren't previous to our conversation, what are your thoughts on this track after leaving it here for the first night race ever?
Man, for anyone watching, don't go to Darlington night on the trucks. That's so bad. Unless you have a custom setup. But man, I didn't like it. I like daytime. It's so much more slick, so much more fun. Like the tail end comes out of you when you come off turn 2, and the only time that's tight is turns 3 and 4. That's what I missed, and I couldn't adjust. It was bad. I didn't like it.
Oh, definitely, it was a totally different beast. You know, they say this track too tough to tame. So obviously, I think you would agree this track's a little bit tougher to tame at night than it is daytime.
Yeah, because you gotta run against the wall. Like I could stay with Hart's mistake free, but the second I made a mistake, he was gone. So it's unfortunate.
Definitely, you had a fast truck here. We won't take that from you. Just a little short on the positions. I'm sure you'll regroup and come back and try it again next week. You got a lot of sponsors and shout outs you got to do to keep you going here on iRacing. So who would those be here for this race?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout out Evil Controllers. I didn't run them this week. I didn't have my throwback Evil Controllers on the truck, so I just threw this Miller one on. Then Rogue Energy. My team, Bronson, Bad Kid, Austin, Calvin, and Matthew Rodriguez. And then you for broadcasting. Congrats, Hearts, for actually winning and not messing up in pit road this week.
Again, congrats on the third place finish here tonight, and we'll be talking to him about that here in just a moment. Your second place finisher, the first time we've got to talk to him here in the booth, that's going to be the 46 of Trenton Jump. And you finish in second here tonight. Again, the first time we've got to talk to you here in the booth for a top three second place finish. So how does it feel to be sitting on the podium here tonight?
Well, it feels pretty good. I didn't actually mind the track tonight. I was minding my own business most of the night, and after the first stage was over, we kind of just put the truck on rails and took off. I kind of battled with Bill for a little bit and finally got around him. But yeah, I didn't mind it and kept the truck out of the wall most of the night and just tried to keep it clean and ended up getting close to Hearts and was like, yeah, man. I was like, I know it was Achilles Hill. It's been pit road. I was just like, please speed on pit road. I was like, this one will be mine. And then he didn't speed, but I'll take second. Had a rough week last week, so can't complain about this.
Well, you definitely had a good race here. So you talk about a tough track. It's too tough to tame. It's Darlington. You either love it or you hate it, or there's really nowhere in between. You get a solid second place finish at a track that's this tough, especially being the night track. It's not as free and loose as it sometimes is. Does it give you a lot of momentum going into next week as we head to Chicagoland?
Oh yeah, anytime you can get a top three and get an interview, it's huge momentum going forward. Just I'm a guy that came from dirt, so I'm used to being right up on that wall and having to manage your car and not keep pounding that wall. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a good day. So I mean, tracks like this, I absolutely love.
It shows here tonight. It should pick up the second place finish, and we know you probably got some sponsor shout outs. People you got to thank for that second place finish.
Yeah, we got a Bud Light Seltzer on the truck now. It's brand new, just came out this week. We got the strawberry flavor on there, but there's lemon, lime, black cherry, and mango. The rest of the Bud Light flavors that we got on all of our trucks. And got to thank Justin Teal for painting the trucks. They always look good, and everything the admins do for this league to try to keep it running in tip-top shape. And of course, you for broadcasting it and making us look way better than what we might actually be. So.
Well, we definitely try to make you look as good as we can. And again, congrats on the second place. And that, of course, brings us to the man of the hour, or hour and a half, whatever you want to call it. The number 11, that is Ryan Hart. Again, congrats on the win. And before we let you speak, does it feel good to get that monkey off your back here as we look at the stats? Your last win came at ISM Raceway on week 4. You've won the stage win the last 3 out of 4 weeks. You didn't get the stage here tonight, but you got the overall win. So are you glad to be sitting in victory lane again after the last couple of weeks?
Oh yeah, absolutely relieved. Man, that was really, really fun. I really liked how the track handled, and I was really, really close to getting the stage. Just ran out of time with Robert, with him not pitting, and with me pitting. I just ran out of time, wasn't able to get the stage, but I'm really, really glad to finally get this truck back to victory lane. And after so many times I've dominated and just messing up on pit road, I don't want to talk about it, but I kept my cool tonight and just focused forward, and luckily I was able to come out with it.
Well, pit road can definitely bite you on if you're not careful on it, whether it's speeding on or off. Tonight it didn't happen. Everybody was apparently cheering for it to happen, joking and all that. But they were a little short. You went out there and you basically performed perfectly. You led 105 laps. So you put a good clinic on the field here tonight. Like we said in the broadcast, there may be a little some hurt egos after that one, but you come out, you do a fantastic job. Again, you win at a track that a lot of people hate because it's so hard to race at. But Chicagoland's coming up next week. Love it, hate it. What are your thoughts going into the next race?
I've had pretty good luck at Chicagoland on iRacing. I've won there once before in a league, and I don't think I've ever ran a lot in the trucks. So it's going to be a whole different ball game with the trucks, but I'm excited for it, and I'm glad to get Darlington out of the way. Glad I got this one because I know a lot of people hate it, and that's usually right when I love the tracks. I love rim riding the wall, and I know a lot of people hit it, but I felt like I did a good job with keeping it out of the wall tonight. I think I only scraped it once, but Chicagoland's a big mile and a half. We'll see how that goes.
Well, I'll be looking forward to see how you do. We know you're a threat anytime you get behind the wheel. And obviously, being that threat, I'm sure you got some sponsors and shout-outs you need to give for tonight's victory.
Yeah, I got a ton of people to thank. First off, I got to thank Matthew Bell for creating this paint scheme. Apparently, Bill Elliott won with this scheme at Darlington. I forget what year it was, but this scheme did go to victory lane in a cup car at Darlington, so I'm glad I was able to get the win here tonight. And I got to thank Spencer, Shane, Jared, and Matt for all communicating with me throughout the whole race. And I want to give them the shout out also for yesterday for the 24-hour race. We did a really, really good job as a team and salvaged a solid finish out of what we went through. So tonight, got to thank all those guys in IRLC Motorsports and you for doing the broadcast.
All right. As always, glad to be here, and congrats on the race win here tonight. And, of course, that is going to wrap it up for us here in the broadcast booth. We hope everyone has a great rest of your night. And until next week, stay safe, and we'll see you next Sunday for this league, and we'll see you next Wednesday for the World of Thunder.